Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Anthony Cummins. I'm a historical researcher and author. Please enjoy the video.
Hi everyone, my name's Anthony Cummins, and what I'm going to do for you today is give you a video on all the questions that I normally get asked about Ninja. Now, all of my videos are done to support my work, so if you want to follow me, it's How to Be a Modern Samurai. I'll talk about this in a bit. There will be some book promotions, but on the whole, if you've been sent this email by me, it's because you've asked one of these questions, and I've been asked them countless times, and I'm hoping one of you kind readers out there, kind viewers out there, will make a timestamp list for me for all these questions. So if you've been on my site before, you know the answers to all these. I know you do, so put your comments below. But if you're new to my site or I've just seen this video, it's because your question is inside here. Okay, so do ninjas do hand-to-hand combat? Or sorry, is ninjutsu hand-to-hand combat? No, there is no evidence whatsoever for ninjutsu or shinobi no jutsu as a specific form of hand-to-hand combat or weapons combat done by a subgroup called the ninja shinobi. Doesn't exist. See all my other videos, all my other books. So what martial arts did ninja do? If ninjutsu is not a martial arts, what martial arts did they do? Well, they're Japanese warriors. They did Japanese martial arts, like they did swordsmanship, kenjutsu, sojutsu, spearsmanship. You've got kumiuchi, grappling and fighting. Any samurai art that was there at the time, so let's say the 1500s, there was many styles. And if you don't know, there's actually a cut-off point around the 1600s where the styles all come from a very few amount. But before that, there was lots of other styles that have probably been lost now. The ninjas would have done one of those. So if you're asking what martial arts did the ninjas do, they did Japanese martial arts the same as everybody else. Okay, right. What's the best ninja weapons? And tell me about ninja weapons. There are almost no ninja weapons. There are simply Japanese weapons. Swords, I was going to say throwing stars, then that comes in later. But basically swords, spears, bows and arrows, they're all Japanese weapons. The shinobi have no specific weapon just for themselves. Nothing like that. So when you see all these things online saying ninja weapon this, ninja, that's not true. The ninjas would use the same stuff as everybody else when it came to weapons. Okay, the black suit. Where's the black suit from? All we know that back in the day is night raiding, you could wear black. But all the historical evidence points to the fact that their faces were open with a normal chonmage topping and maybe blacked out or using their sleeve. There's no evidence for the mask in the early days. What we do find though, when the peacetime comes and the shinobi are no longer used, we start to see a rise in thieves. Now, this is important here because the towns become more locked down than the Sengoku period. Basically, the towns get more and more locked down. The Tokugawa are putting like loads of social pressure on, and there's really lots of pressure on movement. So we start to see people wearing black masks to hide themselves when they are stealing. And the word for anybody infiltrating can be shinobi. So actually there's a misunderstanding between shinobi and ninja from the warring periods. But we do find people creeping into buildings with black masks on in the 1800s, maybe even earlier than that. Anytime they don't want their face to be seen, but it isn't a ninja mask. Okay, shuriken. Are the shuriken a ninja weapon? No, they're not. There is no evidence to say that there is a connection between the invention of the shuriken and the ninja, and there's almost no evidence to say that they used them in the warring periods. Well, actually, there's no evidence to say they used them in the warring periods, but there's a tiny bit of evidence to say that they used them later on in the peacetime periods. There's a small bit, but you can't say shuriken, ninja connected. There's just simply Japan with shuriken, and there's ninja shinobi in Japan. There you go. You know, same as chopsticks, same as straw sandals. That's as much as ninja are connected to them. Okay, smoke bombs. People ask me, do the ninjas use smoke bombs? No, but they do use lots and lots of smoke producing tools where they can put it with the wind direction, smoke can come out. That is one of them. But there is absolutely no use in a smoke bomb for a ninja. It's a modern myth. You're deep inside enemy territory, you're deep inside enemy lands, and there's people have spotted you. You've got to escape past about 4 different walls. Smoke bomb. And they see you running off to the wall that you've got to climb over, where there's a guard on it. It's a comic book thing, the smoke bombs. But they did use fire and smoke in warfare, in standard warfare. Are the ninja the enemy of the samurai? No, they're not. Samurai is a social position. It's the highest class in the caste system in Japan. And ninja is a job. The same as spearman is a job, vanguard, foot soldier, cook, secretary, treasurer, esoteric tactician. Ninja is a job, so it's not a social position. There's not an eager land and coca land of ninja going like, oh, we've got to fight the evil samurai. That is not true. Iga and Koka are samurai lands. There is no ninja v samurai. That's a myth. That's a common myth. The word shinobi, as far as we're aware at the moment, all historical information, all of it, points to the use of the word shinobi no mono, not ninja, and shinobi no jutsu, not ninjutsu. But I, in my books, will say shinobi no jutsu as much as possible, or shinobi no mono, with a little bit of ninja in there, because it's so popular, it's just hard to get away from that. And bit by bit, more and more people are using the word shinobi instead of ninja. It's historically more correct to say shinobi no mono, shinobi, and shinobi no jutsu. But we all know ninja and ninjutsu, so there's not a big problem there. Okay, another question I get, which is a big one, is, Anthony, which ninja school should I study? And my answer to this is Natori-ryu, the school I run, Natori-ryu Ninjutsu. And people say, oh, Anthony, you're just saying it because you run it. But that's a bit of a catch-22 situation. My entire premise, my entire thing is to say the ninja schools out there don't teach ninjutsu. They taught hand-to-hand combat for years until I came along. And then basically, so I produced Natori-ryu from ancient scrolls with one of the most famous scrolls there is, and say, hey guys, here's how to train in ninjutsu. And people say, oh, but it's your skill. I'm like, yeah, but I made it so you could do that to answer this question. Because I used to get the question, what should I train? And I'm like, I need to bring a school out, really. I need to sort of resurrect a school. So you should train in Natori-ryu Ninjutsu. Go to my website, www.natori.co.uk. There you go. And have a look and see if you fancy it. We'll talk about other schools in a minute. So I always get the question, should I train with the Bujinkan? Should I train with Budo Ryu? Should I train with Greg Park and all those? Now, it depends what you want. Most of those are martial arts teaching things. So I've said this before, the history of what they taught for ninja for many years was hand-to-hand combat, even though they definitely, and in their defense, all do teach some historical ninjutsu from the scrolls. So the scrolls that we have produced, which I'll talk about in a minute. So when you say to me, should I train in one of those schools, which school is the best? Like recently I got asked, should I train with Krista Jacobson or Stephen Hayes? I'm like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to do martial arts? Because then if you want to do martial arts, go back to the first question. There's no ninja martial arts. And then, or do you want to train in ninjutsu? If you want to train in ninjutsu, I open Natori-ryu for you. If you want to train in one of those schools, then I don't know. I've never trained inside of those schools for their ninjutsu. I only see hand-to-hand combat. So I can't answer that question. So there you go. Choose whichever one you want. They're all pretty much similar. Right, where can I find the ninja scrolls? On my website. Go again to my website. I have translated, well, I say basically I put a team together with Japanese translators, and I have overseen that translation and made sure it's all come together in proper English, and we've put it through a professional publisher, a London-based publisher, to make sure you've got the best one. They're all there on my website. Just click my books and all of it is there. You can see any of the scrolls you want. Okay, so where can I find the Shinobi Hiden or the Nimpiden? I get this question a lot, actually. Again, on my website, people say, Anthony, your Nimpiden is out of print. It's not out of print. It went out of print because we did an old version of it, and we did a new version with Blue Snake. It's now called Secret Traditions of the Shinobi. It is there. It's on my website. The Nimpiden is in publication. You can get it. That's Hattori Hanzo and his ninja stuff. So off you go. Enjoy that. Another question that's become very popular now is, are the ninja not real, Anthony? I've heard the ninja are not real. Please tell me about this. This is possibly the most ridiculous question of them all. So from the 1300s, we have the word shinobi. In the 1500s, we start to see it. Now, there's a problem with this information. You just need to talk to Stephen Nojiri for this. It's possible we found it in the 1500s. But without doubt, from 1580s or thereabouts, depending on the scroll, you start to see the use of the word ninja, well, shinobi, shinobi no mono, shinobi no jutsu, and it goes right the way up to modern times from the 1500s. So for 500 years, people all over Japan, have been writing the word ninja, shinobi no mono, shinobi no jutsu. It's in hundreds, if not thousands of documents, historical documents, provable, not faked, 100% historical documents. We have army listings that say shinobi in it. We have army listings from literally 1600 with shinobi in it. There is no way they are made up. People who say it's made up need to be taken to the chemical sheds and shot, because they have totally, that it does not work like that. We have tons of them in history. Okay, which translations are the best, Anthony? I've seen a couple of Ninja Scrolls now translations. Ours. Why am I saying that? Because ours is the only one. I'm the only person on this planet who was like, you know what we need? A really good native speaker. A really good one. Who's educated. And I need a monk. And probably someone who's really good at grass style. And someone who can read Kanban Chinese. There are very few Westerners who can do that better than the Japanese. Very few. And there are literally about 3 or 4 people who are famous in Japan and would never do Ninja Scrolls. And therefore, I put that team together. I have a monk, a socio expert. I have a translation, somebody who's been to university for translation, been to a very good university. And all of those have some ability in Kanban Chinese. And of course, I have 2 degrees. I've got a master's degree and we have professional editors. So there you go. No Ninja translation is perfect by any means. I can point out the mistakes in our books. I can point out the bits where we're not sure in our books. But the best ones are ours. Simply because I was clever enough to go and get Japanese people to have a go at it, instead of just pretending I could do it myself. So there you go on that one. Not that I'm saying, but there are other people out there who've done translations, who've done good jobs, but you can tell they're not native, so they've missed some of the points. But hey, that's my opinion. Off you go. Right. Where to start reading? Okay, so this is a bit of the book stuff. So if you want to know about ninjas, this is the order you should do them in. So we've got Samurai Ninja, Ninja Skills, Eager and Koka, and Book of Ninja. I'll go through these. So some people come up to me and say, where should I start reading, Anthony? I don't understand how I should start with your work. Go for that one. Samurai Ninja, because it explains everything you need to know to get yourself going. Then you're all excited for ninjas. Get that one. Ninja Skills. It is literally an illustrated guide to how to do ninja skills. There you go. Now you're ready to move on to real ninja manuals. There you go. Start with that one. Eager and Koka Ninja Skills. It is the most accessible, historical, medieval document we have on the ninja. And then if you're still into ninjas, then you want to go for this, which is the Bansen Shukai, the Book of Ninja, the big one. And after that, it doesn't matter. There's all my other ninja scrolls that we've done, and we've done plenty of them. So that's the order you should do them in, like that. Okie dokie. Right. Then people say, well, I don't want to read all the beginning books. Which ninja scroll shall I start with first? Same thing. Eager and Koka Ninja Skills. This was by Chikamatsu Shigenori, who wrote down in as basic a language he could all the information he could get about Eager and Koka Ninjutsu. There you go. Then Bansen Shukai. If you've not read that, you don't understand ninjutsu. So you got to study that. Okay. Am I a ninja samurai? And I don't mean Anthony. I mean, they go to me and say, oh, am I a ninja because I train ninjutsu? No, you're not. Nobody is. There are no ninjas. There are no samurai in existence today. Not whatsoever. To be a samurai, you have to be paid by a local warlord in Japan. Or to be an ashigaru, you have to be paid by a local warlord in Japan. That all ended in the 1870s-esque, around there. And to be a ninja, you have to be hired, basically, by one of those clans. So, but that doesn't mean you can't train in ninjutsu. Off you go. But no, none of us are ninjas. None of us are samurai. That's a bit, no. I also get the question, why train in ninjutsu? Why should I train in ninjutsu? Well, I could just simply say, well, why not? But you've got an option, haven't you? Do you play football games and drink beer and eat kebabs and watch X-Men every weekend? Or do you want to do something that's going to broaden your mind, get you outside, get you thinking, and possibly get you up to the standards of a medieval spy? What do you think about that? So that's the answer to that one. Why train ninjutsu? Because you bloody can, and because it's a good. You've only got one life. at the moment. You know, we don't know about Buddhism, but you've got one life. Crack on, go and do something useful with it. Why not train ninjutsu? And then the other one is, Anthony, how do I turn ninjutsu into a modern affair? Well, I wrote a book on that just for that very question. So modern ninja warfare, ninja tactics for the modern warrior. I wrote that, very heavily illustrated, for guys who want to turn ninjutsu into modern things. There you go. That's the end of the questions. Please, somebody put those questions in a timestamp below and I'll pin it at the top. That would be very grateful. I would be very grateful for that. And that means anybody else I send this video to, the question is answered in there. Now, if you want to go deeper into those questions, guys, I've got tons of books. I've written over 20 books at the moment on all of these things. I've done hundreds, if not thousands, videos on YouTube, and I've done interviews with newspapers, documentaries. So I can't keep answering the same questions over and over and over again. So go and have a read, go and get some research done. But I've given you the basic answers in this video. So there you go. Enjoy, guys. Speak.